All right, we might be live again. I'm just slowly. I just have to restart my computer because, well, you know, and just getting everything back up. It'll just take a second here. I have some thoughts. I have some thoughts. None of them are good. Just revert back to Windows 7 again. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just cursed. I have done everything I can to update Windows 10 so that it's happy. I know I'm on the up-to-date security drivers or whatever security updates and everything else. And it just doesn't want to work. So we should be live on Twitch and YouTube again. Not a lot of video feed right now because everything crashed and I have to restart all my stuff. But we're getting there. It's all coming back up. In case you didn't see the YouTube chat after it crashed, as far as I can tell, the game before it crashed, I could see on my hardware monitor that I was actually only using maybe 4 GB of RAM, like real RAM for the game, which is acceptable. It's a bit much for an indie game, but it's fine. I do have 16 gigs of RAM, so 4 for a game, no big deal. I wouldn't even really blink. But I also monitor my VRAM, and the VRAM was at something around 30 gigabytes. I didn't take a screenshot because it crashed, but it was definitely way too high. And you might be like, well, Blue, there's a setting to limit Windows virtual memory size, page file, and all that. Yep, I have those on. It's supposed to stop way less than that. It's not supposed to just keep adding in forever. But my hunch is the game has some sort of memory leak or something, and Windows doesn't like it. And then Windows, once it hits a certain threshold, it starts just closing stuff because it's panicking. It's like, oh no, you've got too much virtual memory stored up. We got to close things. And it closed the game, which, okay, I guess that was the actual culprit. But it also closed my streaming software and also my graphics drivers and who knows what else. So, not great. Not great. Now, I have had that happen once before, so sometimes the game does cause issues. But usually it takes a bit longer, or it takes a Sapphire meltdown where they've got all kinds of fancy screen effects. I've never seen it on a normal mission. And that was like a short mission too. I was like not even taking too long there. Now, unfortunately, double unfortunate is when your recording software crashes, 99% of the time the recording is lost. So let me just double check that, but chances are that last recording is now in the void. Let's see, what's today? July 27th? Yep, there is no file for July 27th. Oh no, wait, there it is. Let's see if it's... Oh, sorry. Alright. So because OBS didn't technically crash, it looks like the recording didn't delete. Why did the game crash? The game crashed before OBS shut down. So I can see a 45-minute video that does end normally. So theoretically I can patch in the ending to that mission if we do that again. So that's a positive. That's one lucky day. That doesn't always work. In a power outage, you generally lose the footage entirely. All right, so what are we gonna do here? Let me just catch up on chat. Sorry, I haven't been reading this thing here. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys have heard me complaining for the last however long this has been. But Windows 10 has not been kind to me. Not even in the slightest. So, what do we go from here? Well, I'm going to load the game back up. And we're going to try again. I'm not going to quit just yet. But, we're going to take a little break for a drink as this loads up, I think. And, I will try it again. My hobby, my Windows is killing me. So, oh, you can see my desktop there. You can see how fresh it is. I haven't even changed the background. Um, yeah, I've had some Windows 10 problems. Let's just talk about a couple of my problems. What happened last night, if anyone tried to come to the Friday night stream, or whatever time it was in your lands, it's right before my stream, I noticed a couple things being a little bit wonky. It does turn out that it wasn't Windows' fault, but I noticed a couple things that weren't working, so I'm like, you know what? First thing we'll do, restart the PC. I'll be fresh for a stream, just to make sure everything's cool. Oh no, no, friends. Oh no, no. Hit the restart button. YouTube or Windows is like, sorry, we need to install some upgrades. You're not allowed to turn your computer off, and you're not allowed to stream or anything. We're stuck here. And if you turn your computer off, you risk messing up your installation. So don't do that. So I sat there at 8:30, which is when I was supposed to start, and then it was 9, and then it was 9:30, and then it was 10, and then it was 10:30. And after 2 hours of waiting, finally the computer restarts. And you check the update history. Surprise, it failed to install. And that's basically been the story of my life. So Windows 10 can die in a fire, basically. I'm doing the Windows updates manually now, in case you are curious. So if you know the ID number, KB blah blah blah, you know, the actual update ID code, you can see what's next. There's the next update's always whatever number it is, and you can go to the Windows site and download it, and you can just manually install it, and it works fine. The manual installer. I mean, I've got a reasonably hefty computer and internet package. You know, it downloads in a few minutes and installs in a few minutes. It's all good. I don't mind. Like, if that's what the automatic updater did, I wouldn't even care. You can restart my computer. It's fine. You just can't hold it there hostage for 2 hours, and that's where I get so cranky. So that was last night, and then I ended up doing all kinds of troubleshooting, and heck, I did like a Windows reinstall repair thing, and none of that did anything. It's just not working. And then today, for today's live stream, I've had all my audio, I don't know what happened early on, but like all my audio drivers crashed or something. And then when the game went crazy, we lost all the video drivers. Yeah, even after 2 hours, it failed. I think if it hadn't failed, it would have been done in 10 minutes. I think probably my hunch is Windows Update has some sort of timer. It's probably set at 2 hours. And after 2 hours, if it's made 0 progress, it just restarts. I wish you could change that to be like, if this doesn't go to... If it doesn't hit 1% in 10 minutes, then restart. Maybe 5 minutes if you can't get to 1%. I don't know, but whatever. And I'm going to take a short break. I'm a little bit tilted here again because we worked really, really hard on our quest, and it got yanked from our fingertips there pretty close to the end. I'm pretty sure we would have made it, and that sucks. So now we got to do it again. And I'll put up a little notice, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. So thanks for hanging in there, those of you who are hanging in there, and I really just want to play the game. That's really what I want right now. Flashback from day 32. That would just change... We don't need to go back in time. That'll just change the abnormalities. We don't need that. We didn't lose a day or anything. We just didn't get our quest complete. It took forever to beat day 32? Oh, flashbacks. Okay, I see what you mean. I was thinking reload the memory imprint from a couple days ago. The thing is, we had it. First try there. We had it. And the game just crashed on me. Ah! I'll be back. I need like a punching bag or something. That's what we need now, is to go let some steam out. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Alright. For real. For really real. Good news. Some positive news. It's summertime. You know how it is. It's hot. Recording in the heat's not ideal. But there's like a little storm coming in. It rained last night. It's kind of windy outside. We got some cool air coming in the windows. Makes my experience a lot more pleasant when it's cool out. And I have more drink. And nothing illicit. Just a couple pills for my headache. Because the game is fair. The operating system's giving me a headache. Ugh. Okay. Saturday afternoon, channel the chill. Also channel whatever spirit energy my computer needs to not break. I'm almost starting to wonder if there's something faulty in the new build. I think it's far more likely that it'll be Windows 10's fault. But I'm gonna have to try to look up some diagnostics for... It gets tricky, but I can do some BIOS stuff to... Well, I should do some stress tests on the CPU. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I should do some stress tests on the CPU. I'm very sure it's not overheating, because I keep an eye on the fans and the temperature, but we can do some stress tests to check that, because that could certainly cause some weird problems. I've heard tales of your RAM causing issues, where there's like a faulty RAM stick that usually works fine, but if it saves memory in the wrong spot, it causes all kind of glitches. I've never seen that personally, but it's a tale I've heard. And I do have a new motherboard, RAM, and CPU, so potentially there's something weird going on hardware end. But it sure feels like Windows 10 to me. Anyway. So the good news is, we don't have to, send some cool air to 44 out. Aw, poor Hades. Wait, aren't you used to hot air in hell, Hades? Or Hades is not hell. Hades is I forget the Greek name, of course, but the underworld. It's probably not that hot. All right. Oh, you know one thing we can do. Just a quick little chat command here. Personally, you know, I live in Vancouver, where it's right by the ocean, fairly far north. It's most of the years like around 20 Celsius, which is something Fahrenheit, 70 something maybe, 76 sounds, 72 maybe, something like that. Anyway, whatever the number is, around 20 Cs. And 86 is 30, so whatever, something less than that. Probably around 70. Anyway, I can't do math in my head. So, you know, Vancouver's pretty chill. And in the summer, in Celsius terms, it rarely hits 30 Celsius around here. We'll get a couple days in the summer where it might get to the low 30s, maybe mid 30. Like 35 is probably like the absolute max I've ever seen around here. So yeah, there's a nice... It started raining last night, and we had a little bit of sunshine. It's been kind of cloudy, rainy, which has been quite nice. It's been a pretty mild summer for probably most of the Pacific Northwest, actually. I hear it's particularly warm in other areas of the continent, though. And maybe, like... Wasn't it... I think I saw something on the news about... like, Great Britain was, like, sweltering in the heat or something. Any of you guys know anything about the UK? You guys... cooking over there? All right. Same as last time, just don't mess it up, Blue. Don't let the computer crash. The most difficult challenge of all. Don't let your computer crash. I'm not recording. Maybe that was the trick. Maybe, you know, it's possible also, because I had to reset my OBS settings, that I did change something a little bit. It's running hot for other reasons. Yeah, Thornham. That's a slightly different problem there. Okay, so Faith is kind of our machine worker. We want Robert, wherever he is, somewhere in here. We want people to start moving to fight the mountain right away. Joy, Michaela. We're going to send these guys closer, because they're going to go to the Melting Love eventually. And then... we're fighting the mountain first, so most people can fight the mountain. Meanwhile, Anton is going to prep for the black. Rides and Thorinum are going to head over here for Mountain Battle 1. And we can send in a couple of our upstairs team as well. Grotham is fine to fight. Who else we got? Hades can fight. Had is going to prepare for melting. Or love. Prepare for love, let's say. We've got two abnormalities with similar themes, right? And then we're just going to start working on our energy because, like I said last time, probably 20 times, we've got to be efficient with our work. I apologize if the commentary is very samey. It's to keep me doing the same thing as last time because it worked. So let's not mess it up. Oh yeah, the EU loot box conspiracy theory. That's an interesting story. I like that one. Alright. Just let everyone get into position. The mountain is so chill. I'm not that worried. Let's just get them started here. We're gonna open up with oops. Hoon is gonna go in there. And meanwhile, Michaela or Joy are going to go get melted. The future tubers will never know. That's true. That is true. I have to remember, if we're successful right before the end, to let the future tubers see the battle with the army in black. But other than that, this can be a secret episode. Alright, Hoon got chomped. And so did Michaela, as we expected. Mountain getting a little bit cranky. There he comes. Alright, we'll still do the slow bullet, although it shouldn't matter. A-team, you got this. Alright, look at that. Hades, you showed up, you got one shot off. Good, now go home. Nothing against Hades, just the next one is immune to red, so... not gonna help. Alright, Joy's up. I wonder... okay, hold on. Let me just think for a second. Last time, one of the meltdowns hit the Melting Love. I wonder if we just ignored it until we were mostly done energy, and then either released it, or if we get lucky, a meltdown releases it. Thank you, email notification. I will check my email right this second. What kind of email do you think I got? You know what it is? It's people in the co-op I live in. It's co-op housing. I've mentioned it once or twice. Wanting to do meetings. Gross. I refuse. Alright. Sorry for checking my email midstream. Very professional. Is Blue still here? I don't know. Can you hear me? I'm supposed to be here? Maybe someone in the chat could post a refresh the stream reminder for some people. I don't know. I think I'll still sacrifice someone to get down to 1. The trouble is, it's the timing of the meltdowns with Little Red. If... yeah. I have high hopes. Let the greed flow. Greed for days. It's the new model. Yeah. All the greed go. Sorry about that, Faith. Yeah, I should remember to post a message in chat after I restarted the stream. I just didn't think about it. It's been a hectic stream. You know, that's my story. Alright, we got our first meltdown. It hit the Night of Despair. And some weird tool we don't care about. Oh, hello, Robert. Welcome to the Trial by Windows stream, I guess, more than anything. Yeah, Twitch is probably a little bit better at drops and stuff on streams. I have noticed, like, I think a short... like lag spike on my end, Twitch keeps streaming just fine. Like it doesn't drop after a short delay, but YouTube generally disconnects everybody. So I'm supposed to be going fast, and here I am just looking at things, letting the timer tick up. All right, so we made a little bit of energy. Punishing Bird got out. Where's fella when you need him, right? Cole, I think you've got it this time. Okay, so let me just stop for a second and think. Crimson Dawn's not too scary. Not a whole lot different than the Violet Dawn. Kind of thinking of leaning on getting energy right now, but the trick is keeping an eye on the timer and the suppression stuff. That's the one of the many tricks we have to keep an eye on. Now, we could let one of the clowns let something out too, but I think that's just too much risk. Too much risk. Oh, don't look at Schadenfreude. Just feel like I'm wasting time right now. Let's try to get this queued up to almost finished again. Try to get some big energy quick. Probably two more. Let's just queue up, you know, some HR Spider. This is probably my biggest time sink, is waiting for the jobs to complete so that I can do the ordeals safely. I'm not sure if it's the best idea to always wait. When there's a timer like this, I don't know if this is super smart. But I also didn't want that to happen right then. Alright, there was a clown up there, but he teleported away instantly for some reason. Where do we have clowns? We're not going to send the nobodies in because that would be silly. I may have messed up here, actually. I didn't send. I was. This is what happens when I restart a little bit impatient. I don't have anyone prepared for those ones right now. And if they let any of these things out, it's going to be kind of annoying. Yeah, this is, yeah. just a lot of non-ideal play, let's say. I'm a little bit worried about some of this. Now these janitors did a pretty good job, I gotta say. They are actually suppressing this thing pretty quickly. I think it teleported. So it definitely dropped the bird down by 1. That's okay. But where did it go? Uh-huh. You are not allowed to release sensors. Sorry. Yeah, we can't have that one getting out. There's still another. But where is it? Okay, I'm just blind. Seriously? Where is it? We get a little message when it's... Oh, there we go. You know, if you want to let the army out, we could ignore it and let, you know, try to let one out. Alright. Do I just ignore the abnormalities, get some energy, and fight another ordeal? That's what I'm thinking, anyway. I guess I could have triggered Melting Love. I have a bad feeling about this day working with the timer right now, but we'll see, we'll see. Don't give up yet, Blue. Don't give up. Gotta get some energy here. That's the plan right now. If you're wondering who I'm sending into what, it's just all about that energy. I don't want to trigger it, but I want to get close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can probably do a couple more safe. This might be too much, so just go normal speed and stop when it gets close. Count it out. I think we're okay. We might even have a couple more 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. It's actually going to be exactly the right number of jobs. Maybe. It's actually perfect. I almost wish they showed a little counter of, rather than just, you know, filling up the tabs, if it put a little number there, you know, 9 out of 16 kind of thing. Alright. So as soon as this is done, we're going to fight off the sweepers. We've done that before, so if you've been here for a while, you've seen that. It wasn't particularly hard, but it might depend on where they randomly spawn, so you never know for sure. I'm just going to follow these two. When they're done, we're going to go. Okay. Set it off with the birds. Alright. So last time, we were able to stop them. The B team was able to stop them by having one group only in the upper section. So we'll see if we can handle 2 teams. Meanwhile, we're pretty confident that Robert can tank these guys for a long time. And then Thornham and Rides are over here. So how many do we get? Just 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that it? Hopefully I'm not missing any with BlueAnkylo. You really are, Robert. You probably missed it, but these guys do black type damage, and you will take 20% damage from black, except it's more like 10% because this heals you up about, I think it's 40 or 50% of the damage you take. So they probably can't even kill you ever right now. So it's pretty good. Okay, we're going to have enough energy pretty soon, so we want to start thinking about abnormality suppression. So what we probably want to do is get the A-team in place quickly. As soon as these things are... Yeah. Suppress these guys over here and then start preparing for Melting Love. Madame Chubby Cat, sorry you're late. Well, that's okay. We've had some technical difficulties today, let's say. There you go, Robert. See, you'll be fine. Now, some janitors might be dying. We'll send in Faith as backup because she's got a gun. Yeah, she's got like a bazooka, basically. This is more where I should be wanting. You know what? I always underestimate the B team. You guys are fine. Look at that. We got Chubby Cat showing up here. Enough employees died for Army in Black to get out. Okay, hold up. Hold up. That means we're within 5 away from this thing getting out. Now, on one hand, this is good. On the other hand, so Rides and Thornham are going to have to deal with that one. Well, they can have some backup. You guys can back up. So that should be no problem. That heart's dead. Any other hearts nearby? I really need to be careful with janitors right now. If the mountain gets out, it will be less good. So if you see any janitors that are about to get eaten, just shoot them. Let's put a black shield on Chubby Cat and anybody that's nearby because we should be safe, but just in case. Now we've got some black hearts up here. They we can sort of ignore them. Now that's a good question. Should we just let them explode, pull our upper team down here, and prepare to suppress the mountain again? That might be the safest way to do it. Not safe for those 2 janitors, but for those not janitors. So I think the army will go here and explode. And we can get a -1 on all of our counters around here. The Forsaken Murder will get out, but, you know, it's not as bad as it sounds. And then blowing up here doesn't matter much. The real worry is that we're going to let him out when we're not ready, and he's going to eat a bunch of employees. Faith, I thought you were helping over here. I should probably slow this down. Okay, we've successfully completed that. So what I'm going to do in anticipation is still try to get someone to block. Like, I think Robert, again, if he can get this thing's attention, we can keep it occupied when it breaks out. Let's just be honest, it's going to break out. The rest of the A-team is suppressing one of them. There's another one up here. We actually have to suppress this, because if it moves over and explodes, we've got another problem. So, Pixel, Hades, not Hunter, but Grotham. You're going to have to go handle this guy for now. But I'll send you some backup, you know, when I can. Meanwhile, everybody up here is gonna vacate. You head down here for now. I still think we can pull this off. It's just gonna be weird. Robert, did I not tell you to go over there, buddy? Get in there. Your friend's gonna break out any second. You gotta be ready for that. And, Faith, I mean, someone's gotta make us some energy, so you can go work on that. We're not quite solid yet. Okay. We got this heart shot down. We're working on this one. Luckily, these things are weak to red. They're fairly easy to shoot up. We're gonna send a couple more over there. You think we're gonna need any backup here is the question. Like, should I prepare for the mountain, or should I just focus this guy down? Let's watch for a second. How are these guys gonna do? They're gonna take a bit of damage, but I think the healing can out-heal the damage this thing does. Or at least it's pretty close. I feel like these guys really aren't that scary. Don't mind the music that sounds scary, though. Where are the rest of my employees? Everyone's supposed to be in here, right? So normally on a quest with a timer and a suppression counter. Don't forget about the destroyer. Yeah, I mean, that's the real reason that I don't want the janitors to die. It's a good point. It's a good point. These guys will be okay. These guys are safe for the moment. So this is going to poof. I don't actually know if that will kill the janitors. I didn't notice that before. Don't you have to suppress 3 different aleph? We're trying. We're trying. Do I have anybody that's like mostly immune to red? I've got 0.3 red damage. I'm gonna head over this way, just in case. Oh, here we go. It didn't take very long. So it definitely killed all the employees that were there. So there was no way of stopping what's happening now. Now we'll have to deal with the murderer, but these guys can handle that. Maybe I should just send them after it anyway. I don't know. For now, let's try to catch up with the murderer. They should be okay. This is the problem, though. We'll try to keep her slowed while people move over. We should be okay with the mountain. We got kind of half the A-team over here. I'd really prefer to keep the janitors away, though, so he doesn't get bigger. I mean, I guess she can kill employees at this point. It doesn't really matter too much. Actually, if you want to fight in this room, that would be great. Would you mind just leaving that one alone? Coming on in here? Of course not. Get over here. Alright. Do you think 2 people can take her out? I don't know about that one. That's pushing our luck, no doubt. I guess I'm almost there. 3 people. Keeping in mind, there is a time limit here. Alright, looks like the mountain's down, so backup for the little red is on the way. Meanwhile, up in no man's land, as long as nobody dies, we got it. Alright, next. What kind of damage does this thing do? Red? Here you guys go, have a red shield. I don't think you'd be in too much trouble, but just in case. Alright, B team is good. Not good. B team is not in control of the situation. Meanwhile, I blink, and Thornum's almost dead. So what we need to do here is get the target, who is unclickable. Why are you not getting selected, though? This is so dumb. Thornum, you back up. Rides, you're the target. You gotta move over here. Please. Alright, so Rides, you're on tank. That should keep Thornum safe. For, well, not you. I mean, you've got good armor, Rides. You'll be fine. Remember, backup's on the way. We're coming. The A-team's coming to help. We're gonna do her. We can still do this. We can still do this. We can still do this. We should let people heal up a little bit. Should let people heal up a little bit. Make sure everybody upstairs goes to their home base. I'm pretty sure I already clicked these, but just double check. We can do this. You know what, Rides? I'm feeling generous. Have a shield. Alright. Reinforcements are here! And you know what? I don't even care if you guys die. It's your own fault. Those janitors should never have come to this place. Okay. Alright. Just take a breather. This run's going way better. I mean... in some aspects, or some's good, some's bad. It's fine. Okay. I think... Let me look at the timer here. We do have more time, and Melting Love's already down to 1, so this is easy to break out for a final suppression, which isn't that hard. I think we can get enough energy to not even need to worry about the meltdown if we're efficient here. Because there should be like 10 or so jobs, even at 10 energy each, we're fine. So let's set some of that up, and then we'll prepare for fighting Melting Love. Looks like the B team is mostly healed. Maybe wait for another, like, 10 seconds. And I would like the A team... Do I send them to do jobs, or do I send them to fight Melting Love? Melting Love first, while we're all together. Not counting people with red weapons, though. They'll probably be healed up by the time they get there. I think everybody here has black or white damage. That'll be fine. Okay. Okay, good, good. That's all dandy. Energy. We need energy. Some of these people up here nearly died. Make no mistake. Let's just let them heal. I'm only playing at normal speed. The dumb bird's back. Yeah. Get some energy out of these two. Pretty valuable. Alright, that's healthy enough. I should have lots of spare time here. I'm being probably more cautious than necessary. But after the last crash... Oh yeah, let me check my virtual memory. We're currently using 13 gigabytes of virtual memory, because why not? But only a total of 8 gigabytes of RAM. Alright, A-team's getting into place, into position. Hunter is one of my expendables. Let's just get him out of the way. Grotham's heading over here. Looks like we're pretty much ready for the final Aleph. Run the game at 10 minutes true time rather than game time. There's some, I don't want to spoil them, I've only looked at them a little bit, but there's some very interesting late game Sapphira core suppressions that get a little bit wonky with the timer, but I don't think it's quite like what you're saying. Alright, who is our final? Aurora, join the pile of corpses. And then the goal is just, as usual, to keep janitors away from melting slime. So she'll die shortly. We still need some energy, but that should be fine. Once these are done, we'll have nearly enough. Maybe we'll actually have enough, you never know. Alright. Just focus on this for the moment. She might actually panic rather than, yeah. You know what? You're dead one way or the other. Really, manager? Do I have to tell you Aurora's gone mad? Nope. Alright, team. So the melting love does black damage, so let's just be extra protective. But honestly, it's not that hard to suppress. As long as it doesn't get to make babies. I love the little purse attack. Well, that didn't happen last time. I don't know why it happened this time, but sorry, Thorinum, you're dead. What was wrong with Thorinum? Like, seriously, what even happened there? I have no idea. I'm sure last time I did the same thing and he was fine. I even threw in a black bullet to protect him. Oh well, I'm not resetting for one death. That's... You're dead. Sorry. What did we lose out of... What was he wearing anyway? Wall equipment, I think? We lost the Knight of Despair gear. Oh, that's not even that valuable or that hard to get. It's good stuff, but we had 999 points, so we're good on that. Alright. Sorry, Thorinum. You got, good. There's a lot of sparkling going on here. I'm assuming that can spread the infection, actually. I wonder about that. Anyway, all we need... 1, 2, 3 more jobs. Like 40... Not even. 27 buckaroos. So if anyone's at full HP, we'll send them to the mountain. And we'll just let it... One heal tick. One heal tick, then we'll do it. You can blame Windows, yeah. I'm pretty sure you would have survived on the first run. Probably. Alright, we're gonna send... I'm gonna send myself to work on the mountain because I am fully healed. And I can take it. We're gonna send Robert to work on Censored because I would love to start working on this guy to get some more weapons. I can't risk it right now. I want things that we know we can work on. And we've got 3 minutes to get 6 energy. I think actually we're fine. We're not even gonna mess around. We're out of here. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even start recording the end there. Future tubers will be so upset. Hey there, future tubers. Welcome back. Sorry for not showing you the end of the mission. It kind of went quicker than I expected. We actually finished it with a fair bit of spare time left over. And, of course, the reason you didn't get to see it the first time was because the game decided to crash and take everything with it. It has probably a memory leak or something, and it definitely blew up. So we got to replay the day. Unfortunately for, well, really only one of our employees. But Thorinum did die. He's an actual chat character. And the rest of the deaths were the throwaways that we were just using to trigger the Alephs. So I think for the future tubers, all you guys would have missed seeing would be the suppression of the army in black. And what we learned was that even the B team, the upstairs team, although they did take a fair bit of damage, they actually could safely take out one black heart on their own, and then you could let them heal up and they could go for another one. So technically, the army in black, or pink, whatever you want to think of it as, not that hard to suppress. And if they do explode, it's not the end of the world. They just -1 clip-off counter for their department. I think they kill all the janitors, and maybe they do some damage to your employees if you don't move them out of the way. Anyway, we basically just redid the day same as before. So we got a few lobotomy points, not a lot because of all the dead characters. And is there any stats that look interesting? Probably not, because it was a really short day. There's not a lot of training going on. Nothing. I mean, people definitely gain stats, but nothing crazy, basically. Hopefully, with no more timer missions, we'll be a little bit better off. Could I get the video feed from the Twitch VOD? Well, I just wasn't recording the second go, basically. It's, you know, I could patch it all together. I'm just not going to waste that much time. I'll patch the end of the episode to the majority of the run, because the first time, YouTube got to see most of it. It just crashed right before the end. But, like, the game crashed, so I had to restart the day, so. Alright. So this is Angela. It's been a while since we've done any story. I forget what's up in the air lately, but, you know. I have noticed that we've had, like, some visual, like, perception corruption or something, where we're starting to see other things in the background than happy little computer monitors. Anyway, hello, X. Based on your reaction, it looks like the synchronization is complete. I can now tell your state by just looking at your face. I also happen to know it always ends with tears. You're a prisoner, locked inside this prison with no bars. But the key has always been in your hands. My role was to correct you whenever you made a wrong decision, wrong choice. And now I am quite tired of it. Angry eyes. I don't understand why you repeat this and what kind of results you hope to achieve while killing yourself. And frankly, I don't care. But during this moment, while you're holding the pieces, when you were hey, who guessed it? I would be glad if you stopped this now. Oh, and I should change my greeting. It was getting tedious. Hello, A. So we're no longer hello, X. X has become A. And even the music is super happy. That's typical, right? That happens normally when you're listening to happy music. Slightly censored. Welcome back to the Lobotomy Corporation. Pay no attention to the beeping in the background. Well, I know Lobotomy Corporation is an important client, but don't they renew their contract too often? Nah, Chubby Cat, you're fine. You had an easy day. You were up in the B team. Nothing to worry about up there. Usually. This place is a grimy, like a dungeon. It always gives me a bad feeling. Wait a minute, Captain. We need to explain this to the manager. Oh, still don't even know who I am? Explain it quickly. It must be the first time you participated in an outside meeting, Manager. As we mentioned a few times prior, my company has been signing with some wings for sustainable development and business opportunities. It is also our job to renew the contract with associates of the wings when the time comes. We just want you to be a token manager and fill the slot. I will do the rest of the work. Business associates, what's with the boring introduction? You can give more detailed information in private later. For now, let's just start the meeting. Why don't you take off your helmet, at least during the meeting? What? That's the identity of the rabbits. Well, okay, whatever. It's actually a girl. Of course, it's an anime girl with red eyes. They always are, right? It's Mio. I'm assuming means rabbit. Probably. In some other language. That would be my standard anime response, right? She just takes off her hat, and it's a rabbit behind it with another mask on. So, let me explain the contract details. Well, I'm actually tired of telling you. If you read the contract, everything's there. Do I need to say it again? As I said, it's formal procedure. And I would have to specify again whether if you agreed to the contract terms or not. You haven't changed a bit. Let me tell you about our services. Company R will provide military support and protection from external threats to Company L. That's us. Every branch of lobotomy will be included under Company L, but there may be some exceptions under certain circumstances. When I say an exception, I mean like when it relates to something dealing with the head or eyes. Other things will be fine. They just don't want any eye-pokey monsters. Company L will provide energy to Company R for maintenance purposes. This renewing process will include a prerequisite that calls for a mutual and continual agreement between Company W and L. So we've got Lobotomy Corporation, R something, rabbits, the rabbits, and W, I don't know who they are. And let me see, L will provide all the armaments used for killing the abnormalities. And Rabbit Team employees will have their memories erased after completion of their missions. Great! They die or they get memory wiped. There will be no questions regarding the functionality of the facility or the purpose of this place. Lastly, as the captain of the Rabbit Team, I will send my team according to R's guidelines and assume command. That's everything. Please read the contract for the rest of the details. No change in the agreement with Company L, W. Also, hello. That's a lot of yeets. Also, the renewal period will be 1 year like before. Good. One side note. Can you change the teleporter for our trip here to something nicer? It feels like my body's being disassembled. Leaves out, I don't know, translation. Now, you're going to have to ask Company W about that. Company Wabbit. It's out of our control. Gibber, what's that look on your face? Why are the rabbits even dispatched? You really know nothing if you're looking down on the rabbits. We have concluded the rabbits... The rabbits have concluded that the rabbits are the most suitable task for slaughtering in this place. The rhinos would probably crush the facility beyond recognition. And the reindeer, except for the machines, would do irreparable damage to the manager. So we know there's at least 3 more wings of super soldiers, right? Angela made it very clear not to hurt the manager. We always listen to our customers' requests. No, I'm not talking about the rhinos or the stupid deer. I'm saying that we can handle our own problems. We don't need any outsiders to interfere. What? What can you do in that tin body, huh? You look weaker than us. Can't you see? If it was you from back in the day, then sure, it'd be different. But look at you now. As you go in the back alley, you'd be torn apart by the cleaners. The time you soaked everything in sight in red mist is part of the past. Things are different now. Remember that. If I wanted to, I could tear a rabbit apart in seconds. Everyone, please focus on the topic at hand. Gibera, the reason the Rabbit Team is here is to help prepare for the worst case scenario that's beyond our abilities. I'm sure with your previous suppression experiences, you're well aware. The combat skills of mercenaries sent from Company R are on par with the other wings. We can handle our own problems on our own. And I can prove it if you want. Yes, I've compiled the statistics. The amount is too vast for any person to calculate besides me. I'm amazing. The reason why I continue the contract is that taking the risk involving outsiders is worth of every penny. Every energy. However, the rabbits won't intervene with the general suppression. Calm down and analyze the situation reasonably, Gibera. Well, that's it for renewing our contract. Gibera has been in charge of the basic suppression process. So just ask her for advice or help. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any questions for you. Rabbits have our own ways of handling things. Well, I don't have anything to say to you animals. You done with your business? Why don't you leave? You're being pretty harsh to a fellow back alley member. Are you mad at me because I made fun of you? You think this is funny? I'm not in the mood for your games. Just shut up. I get it. You're mad because you think we broke in on your fight. Yeah, I don't need help from the likes of you. Well, we don't really have much reason to be here. We'll come by when we're called and vanish without a trace. I thought you were like me and found joy in slaughter. But you're just crazy. Completely whack. Don't you talk to me like that. Alright, they're rabbits. This is a lot of dialogue. There's going to be a lot more when this is done, too. Let's just move along. You used to know who your enemy was. Do you know how shocked I am? I never expected to see you like this, in a place like this. You were my hero once long ago, back when you weren't afraid of shedding blood to protect someone. Don't taint my memory. All abnormalities have escaped. Everyone is dead. So you might learn her name finally, Callie. Dead? All of them? I think there won't be any survivors. Abnormalities are not something that we can handle only by ourselves. You must be in danger too. You better escape now. So Christopher was... Remember there was the couple? There was, I can't remember all their names. Christopher, Isabella, Ginny, maybe? Something like that. They were the three, the family, husband, wife, and kid that got experimented on. I thought Christopher got turned into an abnormality, but this is before that, I guess. Gibber and I will take part in the experiment. We probably will see each other again, but I'm just saying this, you know, in case. Please take a good care of Jilly and Isabella. Those two, yeah. Can abnormalities feel normal emotions when they encounter people they're concerned for? What choice would they make if they were confronted by a direct situation? The experimentation must continue. We must have science. What should I do with these? There's a blanket and a few feeding bottles. I got all the results I wanted. The owners are no more. You can discard the remains. So remember, Mio is our little rabbit. Hey. Oh, I thought she was in the memory. Never mind. Did the power just go out? I gotta go. Well, I don't think our next meeting will be very peaceful. The rabbits will leave. The hero is definitely not I. Never. Alright. One more quest from Gabura, and this one's a bit scary. Make no mistake. Also, because we did the other quest, cheese! So, you're holding up. Today was a bad day. So many things happened. We lost Thorinum out there. It's good that everyone has clear assigned roles. They can concentrate on their work without thinking about it. Angela is very good at keeping everyone in check. Whenever someone tries to leave their assigned role, she becomes merciless. I learned that I have a pre-assigned role. Like it or not, it's been decided already. So I made up my mind to just wait. Wait for what, you ask? Well, if there's a start, there's an end. Until her plan ends, of course. Angela, there's something strange in these documents. The record states the containment unit's lock failure allowed the abnormalities escape. But to my knowledge, the containment unit's door was fine. No trace of any malfunction. And the one with the authority over the containment unit door was you, Angela. Angela, tell me, why do you do it? Do you know how many employees under my departments died? Oh, cheesed. I knew you would find out, but this was even quicker than I expected. What do you mean by that? Thanks to your great efforts, your department's escape rate has been very low. You're a great Sapphira, I give you that. I didn't tell this to anyone, and I didn't need to, but the abnormalities create more energy by killing people. Well, how could that be? You possess several reports about importing machinery, yes? If the soulless cheap machines replace the employees' work, then yes, the casualty rates will drop, but that will also drastically reduce energy production. The Lobotomy Corporation is operating a massive business, which includes a daily energy supply quota, city electrical production, and business relations with various stakeholders, as well as other wings. We refine energy in the most efficient method available and make profit. That is the only thing you need to consider. That's just... Why are you being so cruel? Cheesed. The employees are extremely lucky to be hired in one of the wings. So many people fight for a job here every day. There are always new employees available for replacing the dead. On what authority are you trying to take away their fortune? It's probably not a very... They just don't know what they're getting in for when they start here. That's all. I understand that you're smart, cheese. You're some intelligence cheese. But why don't you use that intelligence in another direction? Looks like that was quite a shock for you, but I warned you before, nothing will be changed. Did you think I was lying? Try drinking some coffee instead of wasting your time. Savor your higher position. Don't forget that our objective is singular. Oh, and, geez, I'm the best AI in the world. I don't leave trails. So was your petty detective work entertaining? Man, that robot, she's gonna kill us all. She's the one letting the abnormalities out. That's probably what happened, Thorinum. She opened the door, let it out to kill you. Do you know that we don't exist in the form you see? I'm curious how I would look from your point of view. It must be something distasteful and incapable, which I would have hated in the past. Alright, the final time limit challenge. Ugh, I hate these, but this is the last one. And once this is done, we can take our time a little bit better. And one last unlock. We should get another... We should probably get 2 more upgrades from the quest completion here, too. So, that'll be good. So now, we can finally summon the rabbits. Maybe we'll show that off. Maybe. And our HP SP healing bullets, which we don't use very often, are better. So that's cool. Alright. Well, for future tubers, we had a bit of a split-up episode, but you got the story, we got to see most of the quest, and we got another difficult challenge ahead of us. We do have, I think, day 35 and day 36 before the core suppression unlocks. So I think I might have to split these into different days, because doing a quest quickly is going to be much different than going all the way till midnight. So they're probably not really compatible. I'll probably do one and then the other. We'll see how I feel. Anyway, future tubers, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Assuming this video actually recorded. But I'm pretty sure I got my settings right, so they should be okay. Alright, live tubers. I hope we're still live. I don't trust anything right now. No way you could do them together. It would be an incredibly difficult challenge. That's not something I'm even going to try. For the midnight, you want the last equipment. We're actually missing out on 2 Aleph weapons right now. This one won't be too hard to get, but it's going to take a little bit of work. Jiral's the live tuber for once. Congratulations. But yeah, obviously I'd like to have more ultimate weapons. I mean, I think the midnight quest, the midnight ordeal... Oh, it's all good, chubby cat. The story is so complicated now. If you're just stopping in on the live stream now and then, it's real hard to keep track. But, what was I going to say? The midnight ordeal. So, this thing's tough. No doubt about it. The randomness, the luck factor will be which color ordeal we get. I have personally only completed 1 midnight ordeal in my career of this game. And I don't know if I've seen the others. I've been trying not to spoil it too much, but I know some of them are really hard. I think we could probably survive green, maybe. Green was the one that I've done before. I also think we could probably survive orange eventually, or amber. The story's a mess. Well, I gotta tell the story. We can't skip it, but it is kind of weird for sure. Is there a crimson? If there's a crimson, I could probably handle it. I don't know for sure, though. There's a crimson dawn, a crimson noon. Not every ordeal has every color. What else is there? I'm just trying to remember. I think the violet midnight might be too much, if I remember correctly. That one's kind of ridiculous. We might be. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could do anything. The story's a terrible enemy. It's, It's basically like Evangelion meets SCP is kind of where I'm at this point. If you know the story, like if you've seen Evangelion, which if you like anime at all, I highly recommend, of course. It's definitely got a lot of that vibe. In fact, the structure here with all the names of the Sephiroths is the same sort of thing from that. This whole chart, the organizational chart, is it's actually replicated in that anime as well, or that came first, of course, from the old wherever, Hebrew or something, whatever. Anyway, there's definitely some connections, but it's got a lot of SCP, you know, storytelling, like the horror stories. Blue was actually the lead animator for Evangelion. That would be interesting. I'm a terrible artist. Terrible. I can't even draw anything. Like, drawing is the worst. Most sci-fi anime you've seen is Ghost in the Shell. It's definitely got Evangelion, like the 90s series, which is sort of the one that most people know about, is definitely similar to Ghost in the Shell, or Akira, if you know Akira. All highly recommended sort of old school animes. Golden Era, maybe they call them? I don't know. I'm really not like an anime expert or anything. It's just some of them are good enough that they're worth seeing for sure. You still need Final Fantasy 1 sprites. Yeah. The only reason I can do that is because it's pixel editing, and even that's hard enough. I can't draw anything. I will have to do another Final Fantasy 1 stream eventually, just because it's easier. And to say I'm drawing them, I'm not like... I'm not using my brain to draw a blank canvas, a sprite. I'm importing them from other... I'm importing bitmaps from a different game and then just color coding them, basically. But, yeah. My artistic skills lie in other areas. Not so much visual art. Alright, so... I think we should get this one done first. Get the timer quest out of the way. It gets us a little bit more lobotomy points. Gets us another couple employees, theoretically. We're just going to throw these guys to the side for the moment, because we're not going to use them. They have no equipment and no stats, so they're just kind of reserves. They are not even named from chat or anything. So Thorinum was Ride's backup. So we're going to need somebody else over here. I think we'll move... Let's see, what kind of damage are we taking over here? Red. Pale, right. That's why Ride's over here. And red. So both of the things that you might work on over here take red damage. I think I'll send Dobry over. It's our new Thorinum backup. And maybe I'll move someone down. I guess Hades has decent armor, so you can move down. And I'll probably bring someone from the upper team to replace that slot, basically. Someone who's got... Yeah, like, Turkey's mostly maxed out on stats. We've actually got pretty good stat supply right now, so we're doing okay. Spreading thin on good employees? We're not that bad. It's just, I feel like whenever you go... If you're playing through the game, whenever you go through the welfare quests... Because they're all timed, you kind of get a lull in... Alright. You'd be able to turn off the auto closing for low RAM. Well, I hate digging around settings in the middle of a stream. I don't know if... It's actually not even uploading at correct bitrate right now. I don't even know what's going on. Should probably check on YouTube's site, see what it's looking like. If you can hear me, I'm just checking on YouTube to see if it's got a green light or if it's mad at me. Usually I'm streaming at 6,000 kbps, but right now it's like half of that. So it is technically live. It shouldn't have ever actually dropped, because on my end I never stopped streaming. But YouTube likes to break it off. Or, well, I technically would have stopped streaming for about 10 seconds while everything froze. And I just don't know what the problem is. I mean, technically I have Firefox open in my chat windows, but it's not using up very much RAM. It's not Firefox's problem here. And to be fair, I've done this for months without any problems in the past. So it's probably Windows 10. Or something in my hardware's faulty, but I don't know. I don't know. Breaks off, it sends the same frame for a timeout period, yeah. I'm not sure how YouTube handles it. I'm pretty sure Twitch breaks less easily, let's say. I also think I'm getting some drop frames on my end right now, which is a different issue. Because when YouTube lost the stream, it basically completely lagged my system. Like, I had no control. But, you know, we're still here. I was considering going to look for VRAM settings. Well, right now, total Windows RAM is 7 gigabytes and total system VRAM is at 12 gigabytes, which is still ridiculous. Let's pull up Task Manager. Let's do a little bit of troubleshooting live, because I don't know what else I can do right now. A little bit of live troubleshooting. So, according to Task Manager, if you're interested, Lobotomy Corp is using about 1.8 gigs of RAM, no big deal, and OBS is using about 700 megs of RAM. That's all pretty standard. They're both using about 10 to 15% of my CPU load. Again, nothing unreasonable there. So what's the issue? Firefox is using like 300 megs. You guys don't have to roll Firefox. We're Firefox and I are friends. We're okay. So where's all that virtual RAM coming from? Virtual memory coming from? Because that doesn't even add up. If I'm using 6.5 gigs of RAM, then where's that coming from? If I add up everything in my memory list here, it's not even close. Not even close. Now, to be fair, Jelka, one of the reasons I switched to Windows 10 is that this game is supposed to be built for Windows 10 and not... Like, if you check the game's system requirements, it doesn't even include Windows 7. So the fact that it ran on Windows 7 was kind of a miracle, and I was figuring that because it was programmed probably on Windows 10, it would be more likely to work reliably. I think Windows 10 is just trying to kill me. We've had a sound driver crash, a video driver crash. Just constant problems tonight. Everything seems pretty stable. I am trying a slightly different encoder inside OBS than what I used to do, but it's new only in the sense that it's using the CPU rather than the GPU, but I've done that before and it's fine. And honestly, it's not like we're anywhere near 100% CPU usage. Back on my old CPU, we would have been pretty close to capping out, but right now we're not even using a quarter of it, hardly, most of the time. I don't know, what else can I check here quick? Yeah. According to Task Manager, my account is using 3.8 gigs of memory. But according to my hardware monitor, we're using double that. Where is that coming from? So Windows 10, how do you show other users? What's the system doing? There's nobody else logged in. It's just me. Unless someone installed a Bitcoin miner in the background. No, I'm pretty sure we're okay. I just got so comfortable with how Windows 7 worked, and now I'm in Windows 10 and I don't know how anything works. It drives me crazy. It doesn't even have an option for all users. Why would you be useful and have that? Oh well, we'll try again the game pretty quick here. I know I'm wasting a lot of time on stream. I just want to play the game mostly. Don't want to troubleshoot all day. Let's do one thing. Let's restart the game. Maybe it's the game's fault. You never know for sure. What I'll do is, I think the easiest way to get it to save is to just start a day and then hit retry. Because it saves during this process. And that way anything we changed in the menu is saved. Anything between finishing the last day and starting the next day gets saved here. It's my recommendation anyway. And then from here you can exit pretty safe. Alright, let's just see all the resources free up. Everything's cool. You guys get a nice black screen. And then let's open this up again. Uh-oh, you saw my desktop again. Hope you guys are all 15 or over, because all of the drugs and violence in this game. Okay. Fresh game open. Let's try to get another day done, maybe. Maybe. This little chart, that's the Sephiroth structure thing, whatever it's called. You see Monster Hunter World's downloaded. Yeah, I like some Monster Hunter, that's for sure. I've sort of played World to death though. There's not a lot left to do, so I should probably log in and get my 1,000,000 credits or whatever we're getting. All right, so what was I saying? I mean, like, all these interruptions just throw me off my game so much, man. It's really hard. We moved Turkey down so that Turkey can help cover these two, I guess, with these guys. And also just fight. We don't have any new equipment. Actually, yes, we do. Of course we do. Because a certain employee disappeared, now we've got a new free open piece of gear. So that can go to, let's see. We could give that to Turkey. No, let's upgrade Pixel. He's been down here longer. Pixel gets the upgrade just because he's a higher statted character. Yeah, his stats are like maxed out. And it is a really nice weapon, right? Well, it's good. It's not the one that slows though, but it's still good. Alright, and then that frees up some HE gear. Hey, Kazko's back. Change Turkey's armor. Yeah, I probably should do that. Hand-me-downs from Pixel there. Oops. Hey, look, it's the right kind of armor. Yeah, that's cool. And then Bloody Desire, I think I like to keep this by whoever's working on the Wolf. Which definitely can be Jelka now, because his armor sucks real bad. Jelka 2.0. There you go. See, you're revived. And now you have some slightly better armor. I almost want to stop using these things because they're so noisy. So loud. But it's fine. It's fine. Alright. We're still pretty low on equipment overall. There's not a lot of high-level gear. But I will recruit or revive one more person. And seeing as Casco's in chat, and that did remind me that I think he was one of my final revivers, like Fella and Frisk. We'll get him back in there. Might even have higher stats than he did when he died. That's great. Alright. Someone who's been dead lives again. Start up with the training team. Seeing as Cole has got to level 5, we'll probably move him down. He's probably going to work with the robot to get his justice up. Actually, there's nobody that needs justice over there. Let's split people up here. We're going to send Fella over here to work on Schadenfreude because he's got low justice. And then, geez, some of these people like Mia are pretty much ready to come downstairs. Mia can stay here to work the Snow Queen a couple more times, but we'll send her down soon enough. David, I think we'll send to the middle for now. I just need to get his HP a little bit higher and he'll go downstairs. The rule of thumb has been approximately 100 average stats to come down here. Not 100%. And there's an exception here for Faith because of the dumb machine. But otherwise, you gotta have good stats to be in the basement. It's actually not the basement, but for now. Okay, so the plan is do this quest, skip this quest for now because this is going to be way harder, and just focus on the time. Also, try to get as much work done on this thing as we can. This will be probably Robert's job primarily. We can skip censored most of the time. We do have this thing maxed out. So the main thing is gear from nothing there, and carefully try to get this weapon off of the King of Greed. So I really need people with the maximum... Well, they have to have great attachment one way or the other. And then if they're decent instinct or repression, they can work that. Which will be... Well, Dobry will be fine. Optimally, you could find someone that has... I think actually, if I remember correctly... Actually... yeah, this one, the eye patch, the one that you get from the bird, one of the birds. It gives you more success rate on repression. So maybe the safest way to work the Greed, King of Greed, will be to have Rides work on repression specifically. But other than that, we should be okay. Alright, this shouldn't be that hard of a day. We're not trying to do a double quest day, so that helps. And to be honest, we're going to have to start thinking about later nights, later ordeals pretty soon. This thing, the suppression here, kind of requires a midnight ordeal, sort of, but this definitely requires a midnight ordeal. Either way, we have to get through dusks. Good night, Joral. Thanks for hanging in as long as you did. And hopefully we don't crash the game again, because that's been the story of my life the last day or so. I do have enough lobotomy points. I could hire one more per... Oh, you know, speaking of Casco, I almost forgot. Should probably give him something. I don't have a lot of weapons. The furthest I've got is Tiff suppression. I think... I don't remember 100%. I know I think what happened was I tried Gibura's a couple times. I tried a couple different things, but with the setup I had, it was just impossible. So at that point, I'm like, okay. You can have the spider armor. It's pretty good. Pretty good trainer armor. And might as well get the long-range gun for now. Yeah, that'll be fine up here. There's not a lot of stuff that goes wrong upstairs. Yeah, I've completed this one. I can't remember if I even tried that one, because it didn't matter to me. But this one was where I got stuck. Alright, recording time. Hello, Not Gonna Crash tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Technical Difficulty Simulator, also known as Lobotomy Corporation, with me, BlueAnkylo, and some live tubers and twitchers. Let's see. So today, we're gonna ignore this quest for the moment, because that's gonna be pretty difficult. Perhaps not too bad to very, very difficult, depending on which one we get. And hopefully we'll still have it done before Tipperith, but, you know, the time's getting tight. We're just going to focus on the timer, which should be easy. And while we're doing that, we'll try to get well, at least the armor if we can pull that off. And maybe another weapon. Otherwise, it's kind of a training day, so not a whole lot to talk about. Let's just get to work. And we did recruit Casco 2.0, and I've moved Turkey downstairs, I believe. And Thorinum has been replaced with Dobry. Thorinum will revive at some point as we get more gear and stuff. Unfortunately, he'll be, you know, back up this way. So, that's life. Or death. That's Lobotomy Corporation. Alright, so 9.5 minutes is pretty tight. If you were trying to do other things, I think if we just focus on going quick, it'll be fine, though. It might be difficult to get a whole lot of farming. Also, I keep forgetting, you know, I'm not actually learning about this thing. I should have brought a throwaway employee to work that, just in case. But the tools, I just end up ignoring so often. It's just bad habit, I guess. Alright, so we're just going to send some basic, easy work first. I wonder if I'm safe working on stuff like attachment here with Faith. It doesn't have any bad results at normal, right? Just don't get bad. And even then, it's not the end of the world. Well, it might be the end of the world for Faith. Yeah, I'll think I'll stick with Insight for now. I'd like to be trading for other stats, though. Would the sword be better than the armor? I mean, I'm trying not to spoil what all the weapons' special powers are. Like, you know, the armor is really good and half price approximately of the weapon. The weapon is good, but unless you know about the special power ahead of time, it's just, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, for now, without trying to metagame too much, let's just keep going. Alright, and we did talk about the King of Greed. I'm pretty sure Instinct, Attachment, Repression are all about equal. And Rides has a gift that gives him extra Repression success. So we're going to do that. They're both pretty amazing, yeah. And we will work Dobry, kind of Newt down here. Can do Insight or Instinct. They're both pretty much maxed out for now, but that's okay. And then lots of the upstairs team needs some stat gaining. I got to make sure if I send you to the wolf, you've got HE, and they all do. So everybody here can work the wolf pretty safe. And I like to prioritize attachment work or temperance work anyway, so Cole can get started. It's nice to get... Oh, wait, hold on. Cole is specifically supposed to be getting his repression up a little bit, so that he can walk faster. So slight change of plan there. And on this side, just try to remember how I was planning this all out. Yeah, Fella's got to work on his justice. And everyone else is at pretty good stats. Let's see. So that's... We can queue up some more than that, certainly. Let's let some of the middle team do our HR spiders and our space spiders. And then our brand newbie, so Casco just joined up. As typical, you and Chubby Cat can do some easy work up here. No big deal. So that should get us most of the way full while we rearrange our middle team. Whatever's left, we'll just do some work down here. Oh, not counting that, we should probably send Robert up. It's attachment specifically. So my idea here is he can just work as much as we can efficiently. So that was actually the exact number of slots I had, so good. Good. Hopefully I can milk this one a little bit in the time limit without going super fast. So I need to be seeing 16s over here. It's gonna be close. Phew! Phew! Man, I hate this thing. I want to get this weapon and then never work it again, ever. Twitch is dropping some frames. Yeah, I can see I am dropping some frames. I don't know. Windows 10, you are the worst. If you guys are lagging a little bit anywhere, YouTube or Twitch, I do apologize. I really don't know why. We're nowhere near my bandwidth cap. CPU's got lots of space. RAM's got lots of space. GPU's got lots of space. I have no idea. It has been the glitchiest stream I've ever had. Heck, I missed my stream last night because of Windows 10's garbage. Alright, let's trigger our first meltdown one way or the other. We'll let Chubby Cat do this one. $144p, that's awesome. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. I don't want to check right now because I'm in the middle of a recording session, but... So what broke down? What did we get? Alright, bird, no big deal. And this thing. Okay, we can mostly ignore these guys. Some people might be coming back. Sorry, guys, if you're lagging out. I apologize. I apologize for Windows 10 being garbage. Alright, rides, now that the -4 is reset. And, what do you think, Dobry? Should we try Dobry on the bird here? 1.5 wah. I think you can survive that at full, like if you're not damaged. We'll find out. It's good science. Gotta throw some good science in there every now and then. Alright, trying to work. Nothing there. Faith did not do amazing on the singing machine, I've gotta say. Let's send her all the way up here to practice her repression a little bit on something she can work pretty safe. Meanwhile, upstairs team, we'll keep training them a little bit more. Got to get these guys some practice eventually. Unfortunately, as long as we're on these timer quests, it's very difficult to stay around long enough to get good stat gains. So what do we guys think? Dobry, should you survive? I mean, you're doing pretty good success right now. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. The 16 here is very important. We could probably set off the Night of Despair if someone wants to get blessed. Let's see. I know I send Grotham in a lot, but he really is nearly max stats, so he doesn't really need to train the same as some people. Should probably just queue up 3 more jobs right away here so that we can save time. What do you think about a 0.8 wah versus the mountain? I think you can survive it, Hades. Alright. Look at that. Dobry didn't take too much damage. We've got an 18 over here. That puts us at exactly enough points. Great. So now I don't have to work on this thing if I don't want to. And we get another Aleph attack. Another Aleph weapon. So that's cool. 1... We'll just trigger the Violet Dawn, probably with the newbies. We're getting close to at least the Nothing There armor. Okay, everyone should be pretty much ready to go. Let's Casco and Chubby Cat set off our first ordeal. In case you guys are wondering, I'm not even using a wireless internet. I'm actually old school Ethernet wire connected to the router here, so if we are dropping frames, I am really concerned. That's why when you're streaming, you like to have nice solid Ethernet connections. It's reliable, usually. Alright, so we're going to handle lots of these little purple slug guys. That shouldn't take too long. Robert and Faith are going over to the corner. Did I get them all? I think that's everybody. Except for this one, right? We didn't send anyone to deal with this guy. Alright, you guys can chip in if you can get there in time. So we started with 9.5 minutes. I think we want to keep working rather than wait for the upstairs team to finish the slime off. So Robert, get back in there. Faith. I think it's worth it to walk back. Just train up a little bit of that walk speed will be really nice. Now that I don't have to worry about the King of Greed, we can work some of the safer things down here. Oops. Bird of Judgment seems relatively safe. So does Little Red when you're not letting any not letting abnormalities out. Honestly, the red shoes aren't bad either at this point. Your Ethernet drops to 0, forcing wireless. I wonder if it's just a bad, you know, that's the kind of thing I haven't tested yet. Because the Ethernet cards are all built into your motherboard nowadays, it's possible there's a driver problem with the Ethernet. It's possible it is a motherboard sort of issue. But I mean, gee whiz, it's a brand new motherboard. I just installed all the motherboard official drivers. You'd think it'd be okay, but I don't know. There's always more testing you can do, lots of troubleshooting. Oh man, I get so tired of it on a fresh Windows install. You spend so much time. And I just want to relax, right? You know. When I was younger, back when the grass was greener, but you know, back when I was like in college and stuff, I was more patient, I guess is the word, with sitting around troubleshooting computer problems all day and learning how it works. But nowadays I'm on my computer because I want to relax. I want to just stream with you guys or play a game or, you know, whatever. But point is, it's not supposed to be a fight. It isn't too hard to change Ethernet cables. That's an easy fix, or easy enough troubleshooting strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. Turkey, white armor, should be able to get that prudence up on the army in black. And the Knight of Despair is pretty darn safe generally, so just keep an eye on the counter. You don't want to set off the meltdowns unless you're ready generally. We can set off 2 more. That's 1. Who else? How's our time looking? We got lots of time. We're doing totally good on minutes. Let's get an extra mountain job in there. It looks like Hades survived his or her first attempt. So get back in there now that you're healed up. Just check Schadenfreude, just don't unpause up there. Okay, we'll speed this up a little bit. Also, by the way, we have this new button. You can spend energy to kill, this is the rabbit deployment. So if there was an abnormality escaped in one of these sections, you pay money, and there's some stats on how many you get, and yada yada yada, but we're gonna not do that right now. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to make it to the armor. One more job should get us that. Robert has been doing a great job on nothing there. I wonder what is his ego gift? A cheek slot. So you can see some little eyeballs in there. If his little ice ever leaves and he gets some eyeballs, you know, he's been having a good time with the totally human abnormality. Alright, as soon as this is done, the counter goes up. Now we'll trigger the next meltdown. Nice to not see double ordeals in a row. It's nice to get a meltdown in between, in my opinion. So, Chubby Cat, you're watching. I know you've been on bird duty a lot. We'll move you down eventually, but gotta get those stats up. Alright, we get a Indigo Noon coming. For the meltdown, luckily, Melting Love is ignored. Singing Machine is not too bad. And Faith is going to do that. I just have to watch. As soon as Faith is done, we'll... No, wait, what am I talking about? Do I care? No. If the countdown was at 1, I might try to skip the escape, just so that Little Reds doesn't drop. But so long as it's at 2, we can get away with that an easy high stat repression. It'll drop down, but no big deal. The Red Shoes... Easy enough to work. Little Red, also no problem. We probably won't actually need to do the Indigo Noon by the looks of things. Don't send anyone into the mountain when they're injured. So let Hades heal, then go. And I think we probably got enough for one more upstairs batch. And that'll probably... Well, we might have to do that. I don't know. Someone can do the math. Definitely getting some good training on these central rooms, though. It's been a while since anybody in this middle area got a whole lot of time to do anything. So I'm happy with the day. And honestly, a nice, easy, casual day is probably what we needed after the last couple quests. We did the 5 Wa and the 3 Aleph quests not too long ago. It's kind of nice to take a bit of a break from that. As much as the timer quests are a little bit frustrating, I'd rather do those than the Little Red escapes and kills everyone quests. So am I going to make it here? No, we're going to have to do... Yeah, everybody's done. We're going to have to do the ordeal. That's okay. This one's not too bad. So let's... Got 3.5, almost 4 minutes. I'm actually just going to let these guys essentially... We don't talk about it very often, but if you look at the work time here... the low-level abnormalities have much lower time it takes. Not just are they doing less damage, but you can complete the work quicker in terms of seconds. So if you're trying to just cycle this up quickly, a lot of short works will definitely speed that up. And pretty much nothing's... I don't know, one sin's pretty dang fast. And that'll get us to our ordeal as quick as you can, basically. Alright, some sweepers. So, we got one in the upside, the upside down, no, the top side. Got one on the left, 2 in the middle, none on the right. So, right team's gonna move over. We'll do it like this. Bottom team is also going to work in there. Might as well team them up. So that'll get cleaned up real quick. Roberts is probably gonna have to do most of the work over here. Let's preemptively clear this out a little bit. I don't really want the mountain escaping. So he's gonna take a little while to get over there. Once he's engaged, we'll send Faith in, but I don't want her being the tank. And then this level should be okay. Pixel, Grotham, Turkey on their own. And then the top team, if everyone gets together, these guys shouldn't be too bad. I mean, this team's already there. Slow it down a little bit. Pay attention. Try not to let every single employee get chomped. These guys do kill your randos pretty fast. Your janitors don't last long. Let's try to keep an eye on some of the janitors. They should be fine now. This looks alright. Yeah, that's not. The top team will be fine. This guy's dead any second. How are we doing for deaths? Not even 5 janitor deaths. Awesome. No problem there. And then this was like the slowest one. I'm also very confident that Robert could tank this indefinitely. But I would like to go a little bit faster. Also, janitor, get out of there. Dummy. Alright, you guys can help out. Because it's going to take him a while to clean it up on his own. So now that the top section's done, I think as soon as this guy dies, we'll get enough energy, to be honest. But these guys up here can just get one more cycle of work. And then that'll be that. Oops. HR spiders. Oh, David took some damage. He can heal up a little bit. We'll send Need in. I guess one thing we can do, I always forget, is Beauty is pretty good for low-level justice work. You probably should send it in at least once per day, so you don't have to worry about her healing cycle. But keep the upside people busy. Let David heal. Downside team. I would like Robert to work on nothing one more time. Punishing bird, of course. Alright, so we can end our day. You guys are still getting a lot of drop frames. Well, once we're done this day, I will have a look at it again. I don't know what's going on. Let's pick up the armor now, just because we can get it right away. And we'll get the weapon eventually. Not having to do quick days will help, though. Yeah, sorry about that. I can see some drop frames in OBS, so something's flaking out, and I don't really know. I will look into it once we're done the day. I got 2 minutes to mess around with. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, because you never know when the game's going to crash. Would be nice to stop the bird, but... Probably won't do another meltdown. Probably not. I mostly just want to get a little bit of farming out of this if I can. So, I think I'll just get one more out of Robert and we'll call it a day, basically. I'm pretty sure minus 6% is not going to kill him. If he gets a 16 from that, I'll be pretty cranky. Anybody else want to do a quick job? Let's get some more justice practice up here, and we'll call that our last set. 1, 2, 3. It's probably all we have room for. Oh yeah, where's that bird? This is good. You just stand there, Casco. I'd like the bird to go back before the end of the day, if possible. And that'll be it. Yeah, as soon as this is done, we'll be good. We got 54 seconds. Lots of time. I would like the bird to go home, and then... I have a feeling you lose lobotomy points based on how many of these are there. Also, let's just... Yeah. If we had been getting a 16, we could have quit before that happened. Just to be super safe. And honestly, Robert, you just barely pulled that one off. But that adds to our total, so fine. 24 seconds. Bird, will he make it? Come on, Bird, hurry it up. Alright, happy ending. 8 seconds to spare. Nothing escaped. Everybody lives. 25 new lobotomy points. It's an S rank. 9-minute mission. And hopefully the last of our timed missions. And stat-wise, we should have had a little bit more stat growth for some of the newbies. I see some more hundreds in here. That's great. We see people who were relatively low movement speed gaining some big growths there. That's why we did so many robot jobs. You can see Jelka here's catching up on work speed. Faith got to level 5. The one promotion of the day. Let's see what else we get. Anything interesting? Some of the new guys got some decent stat growths. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, it's been a while since we got to pick a new abnormality. Okay, those who succeed in hunt are granted the feather that countless hunters yearned. I have seen this one once before. It's another bird, although it's not the bird I'm looking for. But this is fun. Please eat my dreams, not particularly interested. And if you feel a sharp pain in the stomach or a tickling sensation in the neck, the only available action will be to look up at the blue sky one last time. So you could go with that, but this is maybe the creepiest of the three. But I think I'm going to go with the birds. We're getting all the birds. That's kind of the objective right now, is to get more birds. And it's actually, this is a fun one. This one's kind of like the Snow Queen. It's got kind of some cool extra stuff you can do. Not quite the same as the dual mechanic, but it's got some cool features. And I think that'll be the most interesting, so we'll go with that one. I've seen all 3 of those, so I could have handled. It's all good. Any of them are fine. Nice to see you again, eh? I hope you enjoyed your trip. Did you know that there's been a lot happening since you've been gone? Honestly, it wasn't hard replacing you. If you have any questions, I will answer them freely. So she's finally talking to us because as A. You know, enough time's gone by that we're apparently synchronized and we know what's going on, sorta. I suppose the logic is that they don't really need a manager. They're fine with no managers. The fact that we're here is more for our own sake than for theirs. So this is clearly some translation impressiveness. You can ask about anything that's happening outside. But are we going to ask that? I feel like I would be, if this was me, what I would mostly want to know is how many versions of me have there been? Is this the 10th time, the 2nd time, the 5,000th time? I feel like that would be very important information. How many times have you repeated this? I'm curious, but numbers are not of much importance to a machine made of numbers. Let's just say the number is too vast to ruminate over. Of course, she doesn't answer the question. Those heads and eyes are still watching us through the tuners and gazers. Oh, remember the reference from the Rabbit Squad people? I bet you that's what they were talking about. The Mew, I don't know, whatever, the rabbit girl. She did say that they'll help us with anything that's not heads and eyes. So this is probably that reference, and I'm willing to bet this is other corporation wings. I mean, I don't know, but my guess is this is other the rivals and stuff. And the wing, well, maybe it's not exactly the wings. Something like that, though, I guess. And the wings are still flapping towards the sun, not realizing the feathers are melting. Our branches are still providing a steady supply of energy without any major incidents. In the back alleys, the cleaners and fixers are living their lives covered in vomit. The people from the outskirts are still crying to break into the city. Trying, maybe? And the people in the city started throwing their lives away just to join a wing. Yes, the world hasn't changed a bit since you left. Sometimes when you look outside, everything is the same to the point that the time here seems futile, and impatience seems to wane. There are still lots of tasks you must do, things that no one else can do. Unfortunately, we don't have much time left. The countdown will begin soon. As you have already experienced, there have been many countdowns in our world. For destruction or for a new beginning. And I seem to smile a lot more during this time. Oh yes, let's just say this smile is because I'm happy to see you. There are still things you haven't realized, of course. Let me give you a hint. My point is this. For what reason did you go into all the trouble of making this monstrous and horrifying prison? In time, I hope you find the answer on your own. I can't help you with this, otherwise it wouldn't be a prison. And you will soon meet the Saphiras on the lower floors, who play a crucial role in the Lobotomy Corporation. I don't think you need an explanation about them, but let's make this clear. They've really missed you. Oh yes, I'm sure they've missed us. So we kind of get a choice, just like welfare or discipline, if we want to go record or extraction. I forget all the details here, but if I remember correctly, this is the one that raises your stat caps. So you want these quests pretty quick if you can get it. And I forget what extraction gives you, but it's probably good too. Like, you know, the quests are all decent. You want all the stuff. But I'm going to lean toward this side first, for no specific reason other than stat caps. Get those early-ish so we can start getting everyone to 120 rather than 100. And, you know, then we'll pick those up as we go. Record team. Also, there's two different, you can kind of see the Saphiras. So Hakma and Bina. I don't know, Bina. We have a very light and dark theme going on for this tier. We'll go Hakma for now. So now we can go all the way to Atziluth. 3 full sections. And we'll need to move someone down here to handle a new abnormality. Another WA, which means some more WA tier gear. And we will, in between episodes, have to recruit, or not recruit specifically, assign a cool new set of armor. So the Mimicry Aleph armor, very, very good against red. And pretty decent against the rest of stuff. Aleph gear is just, you know, the best. Other than that, yeah, that's all for today. So, future tubers, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Now, live tubers who may or may not be actually live. We're dropping a lot of frames, that's for sure. It could be Restream. Sometimes Restream causes some problems in the middle. Because I'm not streaming directly to YouTube. The recording should be fine. That's one of the bonuses of not taking the Twitch VODs or the YouTube VODs. My local recording is usually solid. It's because it doesn't rely on the upload speed. I do apologize for that. I think what I'll do is I'll take a little break again, and then what I'll do is I'll come back, and I'll probably have to stop and restart the stream, and maybe I'll just stream straight to YouTube. So if you guys are watching on Twitch, now's a great chance to check out the YouTube page if you're curious, or you know, find something else to do. But I think I'm just gonna try streaming just to 1 and see if that fixes it. It may do nothing, but I think that's my next chance. Yeah, I have definitely seen this problem from Restream. I feel like they add that little in-between jump that sometimes causes some issues. Sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to take a short break again. We're probably going to do one more day before we give it up for today's live stream. We've had some technical difficulties, so I'm going to go a little bit longer, obviously. But we're going to have to wrap it up before too much longer. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll put up a little note.